Ciao everyone, it's another day for a Kyosho model review, and what we're looking at is an Alfa Romeo Giulia Ti. The Giulia Ti, the very first one, was available between 1962 and 1967. It's known as the Type 105, and came in the saloon, four-door like this, or also an estate wagon. The Ti in the name means Turismo Internazionale, which I would assume translates to Touring International. I could be mistaken. Wikipedia tells me that the first one had a 1.6 liter engine, making around 90 horsepower, and this car was marketed as a six-seater because it had a column-mounted shifter initially. Later on, they had some floor-mounted ones. Looks a little small to be a six-seater, but I guess, well, marketers, right? One interesting note about this thing is the coefficient of drag was really good for the day. It was actually 0.34, which, to give you a reference, a Ferrari F360 has that same drag. Same with an Aston Martin DB9. Right? An Aston Martin looks pretty aerodynamic, all of them. But this had that same coefficient of drag because it was actually tested in a wind tunnel. So that's pretty good for the early 60s. Okay, that's really all I learned about this car, so let's take a look here. It's an interesting, like, orange. It's not metallic, it's just a regular orange. You got this body crease going in here. It looks like the photograph. Interesting. The wheels do seem to be relatively close to the photograph as well. There's a little black stripe on the hubcap, though, on the real car. Let's see, there's a little orange painted here on this protruding reflector, but not on the back. And then the door handles do stick out. They're painted silver, as well as the silver on the window molding, so that looks good. The front end, we got 4 clear headlights going on. The turn signals and running lights here are painted on, though. There's orange and silver. You have a separate chrome plastic bumper, and that's got a little bit of black paint on it for the little... I'm calling these bumperettes. I don't know if that's the formal name for them, but little bumpers on a bumper. So I'm just calling it bumperette. Okay, the grill here, you know, chrome plastic, but there's also black paint, and it's deep. Alright, so it's a different depth. And then you got the Alfa badge. I don't imagine it'll be very good. Oh my god, well, it is actually pretty good. So it looks like an Alfa badge. Alright, unexpected. Going to the top here, we have little recesses there, the vents to the cabin. The wiper blades are slightly raised and painted silver. There's a tiny little molded nub of a mirror. It's actually pretty cool. It's I've never seen a mirror like that on a diecast. Okay, this side looks like there could be paint rash, or no, that was just gunk. Never mind. Fuel filler door here. Tiny bit of paint rash developing there. Yeah, in there, in there. So I don't know how old this model is, but Kyoshos tend to get paint rash. Okay, yeah, that says Alfa Romeo, and that must say, well, let's see if it's legible. Giulia 1300 Ti. Oh, so this is, or is that 16? There was a 1300 that came later on. So I guess that's what they modeled. I didn't look at this model before the review. Okay, little key thing here, and then plastic taillights with decent separation of color. Pretty small taillights, pretty nice though. Chrome bumpers with the bumperettes, and then on the bottom, typical Kyosho details. The name of the car, what scale, but no idea when it was made. And it's press fit together, so it's probably an older release. Tire treads look good. Kyosho's, I would say the majority do roll, but not all of them, so keep that in mind. Okay, so I gotta say, it's a pretty cool looking model. I don't know, what do you guys think about the styling of this one? Very boxy, you know. It actually looks like a car that belongs in the 70s more than the 60s. But, well, if it's a later 1300 Giulia, maybe this was actually sold into the 70s. Please leave a comment if you know better. Okay, let's compare it to a couple other diecasts here. get this rotating display going. So I got a couple other Kyoshos here. Here's an old one. It's a Giulia Ti Sprint. I might be mistaken, but I have a feeling this car came out before that car. Unfortunately, Kyosho doesn't write the year of the car they're modeling. You know, so I don't really know for sure. So, but I think the Sprint must be a 2+2 instead of a formal, you know, 4-door. I have another Kyosho. It's one of my favorites. It's Alfa Romeo 1750 GT-AM. I'm just reading off the bottom. And that's a cool looking car. Again, it's a 2-door, but I like how it has these fender flares. And it was built for racing, really. Alright, I'm going to lose this guy. For a modern reference, I have this Mini Champs. It's an Alfa 8C Competizione, which is from 2008, because Mini Champs actually does write the year that of the car they're modeling. So again, it's a 2-door, but even this 2-door sports car is bigger than this 1960s 4-door that's marketed as a 6-seater. It's just, I don't really see 6 seats happening. You know, those would have to be some small adults or really skinny adults. So I would have to say it's more of a 4-seater. All right, well, so let's let this guy spin on its own before it enters the display cabinet. So Kyosho, another good job by them. I would say percentage-wise, I'm pretty happy with most of the Kyoshos I purchased. I kind of accept the fact that they get paint blistering. It seems like a lot of model brands do. I'm not sure if there's a model brand that consistently has good paint if a model is more than 10 years old. Maybe Aoshima. Maybe Hot Wheels, which is quite fascinating, really. Okay, well, anyways, hope to see you guys in the next Alfa Romeo review. Thanks for tuning in.